ecosystem. So this time, we will going to have, I'm going to flash a video on it to observe because you are going to answer the following question that was given right there. Can you record at group 1? What is a building factor? What are the major components of a building and their role or effect on the system? So, for the group 2, what is biotic factor? What are the three distinct categories of biotic factors and how they differ from each other? Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. But before that, I'm going to give you a manila paper and marker to put your answer for the group 1. You may start wherever you
Everyone, for today we're gonna talk about biotic and abiotic factors. But before that, let me present to you our learning target. So for today, we're gonna talk about concept of ecosystem. Then we're going to identify abiotic and biotic components of ecosystem. Then we're going to cite the importance of abiotic and biotic components on our ecosystem. Now, do you have any idea what is an ecosystem? The whole surface of the earth is a series of connected ecosystems. An ecosystem is a geographic area where the living and non-living organisms work together to form a bubble of life. Now, according to Merriam-Webster, an ecosystem is a community of organisms and its environment functioning as an ecological unit. In biology, an ecosystem is a community of organisms and their physical environment. Now, the notion of an ecosystem recognizes the many ways that an organism interacts with and depends on various parts of its environment. Now, there are two components of ecosystem. We have abiotic and biotic factors. Now, when we say abiotic factors, these are the non-living part of an ecosystem that shapes its environment. These are the non-living, the physical and chemical factors that influence an ecosystem. These include rocks, temperature, humidity, precipitation, water, air, and other non-living factors. Now, how do abiotic factors affect the ecosystem? Now, let me present to you the 6 major abiotic factors that play a significant role in our ecosystem. First, we have sunlight. Sunlight is used in ecosystems to heat the atmosphere and to evaporate and transpire water into the atmosphere. Now, light energy is also necessary for photosynthesis. It is a process used by bacteria, algae, and plants to convert carbon dioxide into cellular energy. Next, we have the air or the atmosphere. The atmosphere provides living things with oxygen. It consists of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 1% carbon dioxide, and other gases. These also protects organisms from certain harmful rays from the sun. However, a change in the number of gases present in our atmosphere can cause global warming. For example, if human keeps on burning fossil fuels as well as cutting trees, this may lead to an increased amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Now, too much of these gases can cause Earth's atmosphere to trap more and more heat, leading to global warming. And it is one of the reasons why some animals and plants die, because they cannot adapt to too much heat. Next, we have water. Water is essential to life processes. An organism's survival depends on water to grow and reproduce. Now, try to imagine life without water. Do you think life would still exist? various reasons, some oceans, lakes, or rivers become polluted, which may cause to the death of some aquatic animals. Next, we have soil. Soil is made up of bits of rocks, water, air, minerals, and the remains of once living organisms. The structure and chemical makeup of soil and rock in an area affect the types of plants that grow there. Soil is important because it provides water and nutrients for plants and is home for many organisms. The decline in soil moisture can increase the need for irrigation in agriculture and lead to smaller yields and even desertification, with potentially dramatic impacts on food production in the ecosystem. Next is temperature. All organisms are adapted to survive between a minimum and maximum range of temperature. The Earth's surface has different temperatures in different areas. Some animals and plants can bear extreme cold, and some survive well in moderate temperature. There are also animals whose body's temperature fluctuates in different environmental conditions. Now, due to climate change, the average global temperature increases. High temperature causes damage not only directly by heat, but also because they are usually accompanied by low humidity and drought. Plants will also be damaged if the temperature drops to 0 degrees Celsius. Next is wind. When we say wind, it is a moving air. It helps in the seed dispersal that assists in the pollination of plants. The wind is also important in the formation of rain as it speeds up evaporation and transpiration. Winds from dunes can be habitats for other organisms in the desert. Wind causes wave formation in lakes and oceans. Areas experiencing strong winds may distort the growth of trees and other buildings. Now let us proceed to biotic factors. It is referred to all living organisms found in the environment. The term biotic is formed by the combination of two terms, bio meaning life and tic meaning life. The term means lifelike, and it is related to all the living entities present in an ecosystem. These include plants, animals, insects, birds, worms, fungi, bacteria, and other organisms living in an ecosystem. Biotic factors affect each other and influence the health of the ecosystem. They are participants in the food web and rely on each other for survival. These factors are grouped into three distinct categories: the producers, consumers, and decomposers. Now, how do producers, consumers, and decomposers differ from each other? Let us discuss it one by one. First, we're going to talk about producers. Producers or autotrophs are self-feeding or self-sustaining organisms, meaning they can make their own food. Autotrophs can be photoautotrophs or chemoautotrophs. When we talk about photoautotrophs, they are the group of organisms that use the sun's energy for photosynthesis, while chemoautotrophs are the group of organisms that use inorganic chemical reaction in the process of chemosynthesis. Plants and lichens are the primary producers in terrestrial ecosystem, while algae provide crucial nutrients for other organisms in the aquatic ecosystem. Now let us proceed with consumers. Consumers cannot make their own food as producers do. Thus, they are called heterotrophs. They have to rely on producers to stay alive. Consumers are usually classified by the kind of food they eat, such as herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Herbivores are animals that feed only on plants. Some examples are rabbit, giraffe, and butterfly. Carnivores are consumers that feed on other animals. The word carnivore are derived from the Latin and literally means meat eater. Some examples are snakes, lions, and eagles. Omnivores are animals that eat both plants and animals. In Latin, omnivores means to eat everything. Some examples are humans, chickens, and pigs. Now let us proceed with decomposers. Decomposers are organisms that break down waste and dead organisms while returning the raw materials to the ecosystem. Hence, decomposers are considered as Earth's major recyclers. They clean and back up the ecosystem. Now here's the energy flow among biotic factors. Now before we end this lesson, I just wanted to emphasize that the concept of ecosystem focus on interdependence. Each organism rely on another or to the whole ecosystem. It is more about relationship than just consumption. So that's it.
Okay, you may now post your answer to the board. One and you can read also your answer. Because so good morning everyone. I am in the group one. So number one, what is a biotic factor? So a biotic factor are non-living organisms. Number two, what are the major components of a biotic and their role or effect on ecosystem? So, so sunlight is essential for the functioning of the terrestrial ecosystem as it allows plants to carry out photosynthesis. Temperature regulates the distributions of living organisms. Water links and maintains all ecosystems on the planet. Air helps water move between states in a process scientifical, the water cycle. Soil is our life support system. Okay, thank you for that group one. So group two, can you read your answer?
So good morning everyone. I am Santa for group 2. So number one, what is biotic factor? So biotic factor are living organisms found in ecosystem. So what are the three different categories of biotic factors and how they differ from each other? So producers make their own food through photosynthesis, and second is consumers obtain energy by eating other organisms. Next is the decomposers, break down organic material and wastes.
Okay, thank you group two. Do you have a barangay cup for each other? Okay, this time I'm going to ask you what how do you call the components that living the interaction between the living things and the environment. Okay, Lana? I think ma'am it's called ecosystem. Okay, thank you. This time, based on the video watch, what is our topic this morning? Anyone? Okay, Baron?
Compositions of the components of ecosystem.
Okay, thank you. Before we proceed to our lesson this morning, we have here the learning objectives that we need to attain at the lesson. So everybody read. At the end of the lesson, the grade 6 pupils are expected to do the following with at least a 75 level of accuracy. Explain the components of ecosystem. Draw an ecosystem and identify the biotic and abiotic components and tell the importance of ecosystem. Okay, thank you. So, for that, I topic this morning is all about the components. Okay, everybody read? The components of an ecosystem. So, class, what is ecosystem? So, anyone? Okay, Stella, what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is a geographic area where living and non-living things interact with each other. Okay, thank you. An ecosystem is a system of living and non-living organisms that interact with each other. So, what are the two major components of ecosystem? Okay, ano ni?
Biotic and abiotic.
Okay, thank you. So what is biotic factor? Okay, biotic factor is what we call the all-living. Okay, biotic factors is living things that found in the ecosystem, that including plants, the animals, and the other microorganisms that we can find in the ecosystem. So, what is the role of biotic factor in the ecosystem? Okay, Gladys?
The role of biotic factors plays important role as a relate to all living things in an ecosystem.
Okay, very good. Let's give her a big claps. So, what are the living things that include in biotic factors? Anyone in the class? Okay. Aloni, what are the living things that includes in biotic factors? Anyone? Biotic includes in biotic factors. Okay. Okay, Aloni.
It includes plants, animals, worms, fungi, bacteria, and other organisms living in the ecosystem.
Okay, thank you. Let's give her a big round. Excellent answer. So this time, what are the living things that why they called biotic factors? Because they have life. So this time, what are the three categories of the biotic factor? Okay, everyone. What are the three categories of? Okay, Aluni.
Producers, consumers, and decomposers.
Okay, thank you. You have a great answer. So, what are the role of the producers in the ecosystem? Anyone? What is the okay, Stella?
The role of producers in the ecosystem is to play a critical in shaping biodiversity and the dynamic of ecological communities. They create organic matter from substances providing energy to other organisms and contributing to the structural integrity of habitats.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, very good. Very good. So let's give her a big claps. 1, 2, 3. So this time, these autotrophic organisms use energy from the sunlight or the chemical to make the food. They do not depend on the organism from their food. So how do the consumers affect the ecosystem? Okay, Gladys.
It affects the ecosystem in many ways, including loss of water, quantity and quality, soil contamination, alteration of the soil, deforestation, air population, and biodiversity.
Okay, thank you. Let's give her a Jollibee clap. Do you know what's Jollibee clap?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's give her a Jollibee clap. Okay, okay, yes, One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, Jollibee. Okay, thank you. So, the consumers, heterotrophic organisms relies on other living things for their foods. So, they take foods by categorizing of the organisms. So, there are three types of the consumers, which is called the herbivores, the omnivores, and the carnivores. So, what is the role of decomposers in the ecosystem? So, anyone? Okay, Stella?
The role of decomposers in the ecosystem is to clean up the dead materials by processing and returning the nutrients to the soil for the future.
Okay, thank you. Let's give her a barangay clap. Okay, excellent answer. So, these organisms breaks down the dead organisms and organic water releasing the organic molecules to back into the environment. So this time, is any qualification or question about the abiotic factor? So this time we are going to proceed to the biotic factor. So what are the biotic factors? Okay, Gladys?
The biotic factors, ma'am, are all non-living things.
Okay, very good. Let's give her 3 claps. 1, 2, 3. So, biotic factors are the non-living organisms that we can find in our environment. So, what is the role of biotic factors in the ecosystem? Okay, Baron?
The role of abiotic factors in ecosystem is the role of these factors is to provide support for the successful survival of the abiotic factors.
Okay, thank you. So the role of this, it provides the support and support the successful of the survival of the biotic factors. So this time, what are the non-living things that you have found in ecosystem based on the video that you have watched? What? Okay, sunlight and temperature. Okay, thank you. Let's give her a round of applause. So now, what do you think is the role of the sunlight in our ecosystem? And what? Gladys? What is the role of sunlight in ecosystem? Okay, Gladys?
The role of sunlight is the primary source of energy in our planet.
Okay, let's give her a round of applause. Okay, thank you for your great answer. So, the sun is responsible for the kind of the sunlight. So, what is the role of the temperature in our ecosystem? Anyone? Okay, Baron?
Temperature is an important factor in ecosystem. Temperature regulates the distributions of living organisms.
Okay, thank you for your great answer. Let's give her a 3 claps. 1, 2. How about the role of water in the ecosystem? Anyone? Okay, Alumi, what is the role of the water in our ecosystem?
The role of water in this ecosystem is to enhance and nutrient plants.
Okay, so water is also important because we use it for our daily life, we use to drink. So, who can explain the role of the air in our ecosystem? Okay, Kulana.
The role of the air in the ecosystem is to help water move between states in a process sciences called the water cycle, and also plays a vital role in recycling one of our most important substances, carbon.
Okay, thank you for your excellent answer. Let's give her a 3 claps. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so air is also important in protecting the earth from the harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. It's allowing things to thrive so that it can protect the atmosphere. So why are they called abiotic factors? Anyone? Okay, Baron?
They are called abiotic because they don't have life but plays important role in the
Okay, thank you. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay, so they are called abiotic because they play important role in our ecosystem. So, any question or clarification about the biotic? None. Okay, this time we are going to have a group activity. So, I'm going to group you into 2 groups. This one will be group 1 and this will be the group 2. All you need to do is to follow the directions.
Everyone,
So for the group 1, can you read? Grow an ecosystem that contains biotic and abiotic components and classify it according to their group. For the group 2, grow an ecosystem that composed of abiotic and biotic factors and classify them. So before you to do your activity, your work, you are given 5 minutes to finish it, and you're gonna face it in front. So before that, we have the criteria. For the criteria, we have here the, for the content, 20 points, for the creativity, 10 points, and cooperation, 10 points, and for the cleanliness, 10, so you got 50 points. Okay, you may start now.
Yes.
to specify it. So, this one, biotic factors because I can understand if this is chicken, ducks, or bird. I can understand this. But it's a biotic factor. There are biotic factors. So this one is a biotic factors because it's sunlight. The sunlight is very happy and
Okay, thank you, group 2. Let's give a round of applause. This time we're gonna rate your drawing. So for the group 1, for the context, it's 20. Yes, very good. For the creativity, we can say about they draw well, and then for the cooperation, you and then for the cleanliness, yes, very good. For the group 2, and for the creativity, 10 points. Okay, give 10. For the cooperation, 10. And for the cleanliness, as we can see, it's so clean. Yay! So this time, in order to know if in order to know if you really listen to our discussion this morning, I want to ask a question. So, who can define the two components of ecosystem? Okay, Alini?
biotic and abiotic factors.
Can you define what is abiotic, biotic, and
A biotic factors is a non-living organism and abiotic factors is a living.
okay, thank you. What are the major components of the abiotic factor? Okay, Badis?
The major components are water, temperature, sunlight, and air.
Okay, thank you. So who can define the three categories of the biotic factors? Anyone for the biotic, three components of the three biotic factors? Okay, Barol, can you define the three categories of the biotic factors?
The three categories of abiotic factors, it is producers make their own food through photosynthesis. Consumers obtain energy by eating other organisms, and decomposers break down dead organic material and food.
Okay, thank you. So, do you think ecosystem is important?
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Okay.
So ecosystem is important because it provides habitat to the wild plants and animals. The ecosystem is important because it supports biodiversity, maintains environmental balance, regulates climate, provides valuable services to humans, offers recreational opportunities, enhances resilience, and grows intrinsic value.
Okay, thank you. This time that we are going to have a quiz. And for our quiz, we have two types. We have the multiple choice and the identification. You just encircle or answer it because already we have a printed activity. Okay, you may start